And welcome into Delaware Live Sports. We're here at the Delcastle Invitational Finals. I'm Benny Mitchell. With me tonight, Nick, Allison Drini. A little technical difficulty, Nick, but we got up within 10 seconds of the first match, so we're up and ready to go. We have here in the first match tonight 106 pounds. Wearing the green ankle band in the blue and gold, that's Ben Donato. He's the number 4 seed in this tournament from Caesar Rodney High School. He's a sophomore, 16-7. He's up against Anthony Spinato, an 8th grader, 15-1. Nick Donato got here by knocking off the number 1 wrestler in the state, Cantania from Salesiana.
And again, after you're him, trying to ride that momentum into the championship, you've got, again, kind of a little hot streak in you there. Both of these guys winning in decision, 7-6 for Donato, 5-4 for Spinato. So both very tight matches in the semis. And we'll see how both these guys do here early. And Spinato just got the early takedown there a few seconds ago. They felt each other out for the first minute or so, now trying to work something here on top.
Dominic Spinato is ranked number 2 in our Delaware Live wrestling rankings. Donato unranked, but that's going to change this week with a big win over the top wrestler in the state.
And that's what this tournament's all about, right, is getting a lot of these teams, maybe some faces that you're going to see down the road in early March at that state tournament down in Cape Henlopen. So a great measuring stick of a tournament here in Delaware, and a big one that gets a lot of teams.
There, Spinato runs a straight bar straight over. Going to have to do some rankings math because 106 is all screwed up now.
And now into January is things starting to heat up, and now some late back points there.
Donato able to survive the pin there deep in a bar. His win came off, Nick, a takedown, a free release, and a takedown to close out the match against Mason Cantania.
And I can just kind of show you the ability that he has on his feet right in that neutral position. As you see now, Spinato going to choose bottom here to start the second.
Underway here in the second period. Spinato with the 5-0 lead. Folks, I'm sorry, we're not going to get the scoreboard up tonight. We were just able to get on at the last second. And that's an escape for Spinato. He goes up 6-0. A win here, most likely Spinato maybe jumps up to the number 1 wrestler in the state.
Yeah, he could. Again, depending, how he looks in this match as a whole here, already up 6-0. 5-0 as they kind of change the scoreboard on us here.
Donato in on a leg. Donato a little undersized. I think soaking wet, he's 105 pounds. Red Lion coached by Al Mead. And Caesar Rodney coached by Trey Mitchell. These two are going to meet in a duel later on this season. Takedown for Spinato.
And that's why these matches can be so crucial, as I said, as you look down the line. But also, you're going to see this guy maybe once or twice the rest of the season, so you can kind of go out here now, feel out. Obviously you're going for the win, but you can pick up some things that you and your coaches can work on, against similar opponents going forward. As we say, you're going to see a lot of faces here at this Delcastle tournament that you might see down the line. That's why it's such a big deal of a tournament here in Delaware.
Like a little early feast of state tournament.
Exactly right.
.38 to go here in the second period. Spinato with the 8-0 lead. If this were a dual meet, he would have earned the all-important major decision already.
Yeah, got the early takedown, now doing most of his damage here from the top position. He's got some different back point series of events here in the second, now an 8-0 lead.
.106 has had 2 number 1s knocked off this season. So it's going to be one of those weight classes that's just, maybe consistently shaken up. As I say during football, the Yahtzee Cup rankings.
And that's what's going to make it so fun.
Put the numbers in, shake them up.
Come early March, a lot of those guys should have confidence going into that tournament, with so many guys with a chance to win the whole thing. That's what it's all about. Got to love the parity at 106.
Third period underway. Donato goes low, comes back up into a front head. Donato, you're going to get 360 seconds of constant motion with this kid. Spinato right now able just to wear him down and get the big lead, but right now you got to keep your feet moving in this match.
Anything can happen at any time. Still a lot of time here left in the third. And if there's you see the shot there from Donato, but now you're thinking.
And again on a leg. Going to sub up through. Reaches back for the hip. And gets the takedown.
And
So that makes it 8-2.
And you mentioned, he's going to give you, constant motion. He's going to go the entire match, and we're seeing that here, down 8-0, getting this late takedown, showing you the type of wrestler he is. And now you have that confidence going forward, right? Able to take him down once or twice the next time, because I'll tell you what, Spinato has wrestled a hell of a match here so far. Has been control in the entire time.
Call on bottom with 38 seconds to go. He's going to give him a free release here. Shot again. Subs back up. 25 to go. That could be a scissor, and it is. So illegal hold on Spinato makes it 9-3.
And same thing, got in deep, subbed him up. You saw that last time. Donato was looking for the leg scissor last time. Didn't get the call though, and then this time you see it again.
I like that there. Missed the ankle, but kept moving forward. A lot of guys will stop, reset. And another stall warning. It's going to make it 9-4. And your champion at 106 pounds is Dominic Spinato of Red Line with the 9-4 decision.
And he got busy early, got to work. Those guys kind of felt each other out in neutral for the first 30 seconds. Spinato ends up getting that first takedown, kind of setting the tone there, right into 3 back points a little bit later on. Had an early 5-0 lead. And he talked about it. Donato wrestled the rest of the way, looked good the rest of the way, probably wrestled a better last period and a half of that match. But again, Spinato in control, got that early lead, and was able to cruise to that victory there. But if you're Donato, gotta love what you were able to do late in that match, and you're gonna take that and go forward.
So we're gonna move to 113 pounds. We have the #1 ranked wrestler in the state, Roman Kubler of Appoquinimink. He's a senior. He's 13-6, and he's going up against a First State Military Academy, Mason Milligan, 22-3 on the year. He's a sophomore, and he is ranked #3 here in Delaware Live Sports Rankings.
And Benny, you got to tell me here about Milligan, First State Military Academy. Usually don't see.
No, you don't see that much at
early
all.
In their career, right? And now somebody here in the Delcastle Finals, kind of love that for First State Military Academy.
And he's in quick as they go out of bounds.
Same thing with Appo as well. Kubler's been successful.
Well, Kubler got here with 11-9 decision over Carter Davis of Slasianum. And then Mason Milligan with the 9-2 decision over Ramos of AI DuPont, who had pulled an upset along the way. He pinned the #2 seed Sharkey of Milford. Oh, attempted lat drop there, not there. And Kubler gets the takedown, but not able to make him pay with the backs.
And you see Milligan has kind of been in some larger deficit of matches in terms of him being the victor. A 9-2 victory there, had a couple pins earlier. Kubler's been in a tighter match. You talked about that 11-9 semifinal. We'll see kind of who's still riding that coming into the finals. He's
got a deep half there on the left side, but Milligan has his leg. It's 2-0 here with 1:07 to go in the first period.
He went going for the lat drop, that being the only difference here so far.
And we have a stalemate here, and with 48 seconds to go on the restart. 2-0 lead for Kubler in the black singlet representing the Appoquinimink Jaguars. Milligan in the blue singlet and the green ankle band.
And a great crowd once again, year in and year out here at Delcastle. Made it tough finding a parking spot again this year, Benny. Phenomenal tournament.
And I think we got some messy rain out there too, don't we?
Yeah, it's not looking good out there, but it's good to be in here and watching some wrestling.
45 to go on the restart. No, well, the clock's running.
Now, we can't be the only ones with technical difficulties here today, right?
We were all set up, everything working fine.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Went to push the green button, and the green button didn't want to depress. So we had to run Superman Nick Halliday over here.
That's right.
Got us up.
Troubleshoot.
Troubleshot, got us right up in there, but I don't have time to make another scoreboard. That's just.
We'll give the radio a call, right? We're used to doing that sometimes.
Right. Milligan throws the leg out, comes around, but Kubler gets right back on top, has a cradle. And Milligan with the low leg. And
try to go for that dump potentially there if you can. It's not able to.
some hotly contested matches here today, this weekend.
And a lot of them, you know, going through and looking at some of those semi-scores as you talked about, a lot of really close matches, you know, 1-2 point decisions.
15 to go here in the first period. Kubler still on top, leads 2-0.
Both of these guys, you know, tall kids for 113.
Yeah.
As you see Kubler kind of working those cradles. When you're that long and you have those long arms, and, you know, that's what you're going to go to. And has some success there, locking that up here as we wind down the first.
And that's going to end the first period. Kubler 2-0 lead. Coin toss goes to Milligan. And he wants to go back on his feet.
And again, we saw him go for that lat drop there in the first period. No
he
one
may
really
want to rethink
earning,
that this time around, yeah.
And nobody really earning that takedown, at least in period number one. So he's confident enough to go neutral. He must have seen something he likes or something that he can do there. We'll see how it works out.
Shot by Kubler right off the whistle. Now he's going to go leg to hip to the mat. Brings two hands up, gets the takedown. Kubler with a 4-0 lead. Milligan trying to funk through.
And right into that
And
half.
Kubler right back with that bar. This time pins the shoulder to the mat. Getting the swipes. Milligan putting a fight up.
Now again, was it Milligan maybe choosing neutral because he was confident in his neutral approach, or maybe was it he knows Kubler is good on top,
right,
and maybe just didn't want to put himself in that position on bottom. Either way, Kubler able to get another takedown, and now right with the he's got the boot in now. See what he's going to go to.
Here and here tonight, couple 120s are considering the move down to 113.
And that's what makes it so
not ready to put the names out yet. I wait till they certify, but as a couple told me tonight, they may very well be going down.
That's going to make for some fun in March, as
Oh,
always.
absolutely.
Everything shakes up towards the end of that season.
50 seconds to go here in the second period, a 4-0 lead for Kubler. He's got the two takedowns, just not been able to put together some back points here.
Yeah, Milligan fighting hard, doing a good job of
There
staying
goes
off
the
his
count.
back, and there he goes. He's got it there. Broadcaster's jinx. Trying to roll through.
Got the body scissor.
Top 6 place finishers from 106
Referee holding 3.
Please start reporting to the awards area behind mat 3.
And the 3 are awarded. Milligan comes out, gets the reversal. It's 7-2, 18 to go here in the second period at 113 pounds.
Yeah, Kubler just maybe eased off a little bit there towards the end. Not sure if he got a little bit tired or a little banged up or something there, but Milligan able to get the 2 points on the reversal.
And that's the end of the second period. Score 7-2 for Roman Kubler. And coach is going to come over and has a question. I think the question that, remember early on in the period, there was some swipes, whether or not back points were earned there. They were not awarded. Now they're checking to see if they are.
Yeah, at least I didn't see them awarded. As you
They were
mentioned
not
there.
awarded, I
No,
do know
yeah,
that.
Didn't see that, but again, this has been a good one so far here as we head to the third. Kubler been in control, but you saw Milligan with China shifting that momentum a little bit towards the end, and now we'll see Kubler with the choice, and so now he's going to go down here to start the third.
7-2 lead. We gotta get time on the clock, folks. There it is.
No, I think another stoppage. And, you know, when you get little breaks like this, gives the wrestlers a chance to kind of, you know, catch their breath a little bit, can benefit some more than others depending on the situation.
Usually the guy that's low on gas has about 15 to 20 second spurt when they come out of those. So if you can fight off that 15 to 20 second spurt and you're the guy in shape.
So we'll see, which guy is here in this situation. Both guys, I think, ready to get back to it. They'll head back to the center of the mat. Kubler, as we mentioned, going to choose bottom. We're ready to roll.
Here we go, 2 minutes on the clock. 9-2 lead for Kubler, bottom position. And we're underway in the third period, 113 pounds, second match of the night. Looking to go a little quarter Nelson out front. And it's not neutral. They should be down there looking for some backs.
Maintain possession.
And a reversal for Milligan. Oh, no, he started on top.
He started on top, but again, that was a good job to kind of fight off that scenario there. But if you're Milligan now and you're on top, you're down 7 points. Going to have to make something happen here.
He's got a near side cradle. And this could be a defensive pin. Nope, gets him back over.
He's got it locked up. Kubler, though, got those blades off the mat. Turk. That's it.
It looks like a fall, and he gets the fall.
Wow.
Milligan knocks off the #1 wrestler in the state.
And we talked a little bit about her. Kubler came out, lightning in a bottle there, looked really good early. Even to start that third period, he chose to go down. Just looked like he lost a little bit of gas near the end of that second period. That's when Milligan kind of got his takedown, earned those 2 points, and then a little bit of a breather, but he picked up right where he left off to end that second was Milligan. And how about a win for First State Military Academy? What a performance.
So that's 106 and 113 have had their #1 wrestlers ranked off, knocked off here at this tournament this weekend.
So Delcastle is all about, right? Everybody finally get to see those guys you've been reading in the rankings. You've been seeing how they've been doing at tournaments, reading results, and now you see them up close and personal, guys that you're going to see in March. That's what it's all about. And again, you're already seeing some shakeups, as you mentioned.
So here we go, Dominic Lucian of Salesianum in the navy blue singlet. He's a defending state champ at 106 pounds last year. He's a freshman, 19-7, and he's taking on Ty Bellerin of Red Lion Christian Academy. 10th grader, a 14-2 record. He got here with a major decision over Moffitt of Cesar Rodney. And Lucian in a battle with Anthony Andrews in the semis. He wins 7-4. Bellerin in the black and red singlet, shot by Lucian in on that left leg.
So quick, able to get deep.
Both wrestlers funking through. And we're going to go out of bounds. No score.
Man,
Lucian going from 106 to 120.
Yeah, one of those guys also at a new program here this year.
Bellerin was a runner-up at 113 last year, losing to Malachi
guys.
Stratton of Sussex Central, the #1 ranked wrestler at 120. Lucian ranked #2 at this weight, and Bellerin ranked #3.
We're a man of the people, Benny Mitchell.
Yeah,
we are. You need a phone charge. We
all charge for it.
Well,
No score here with 50 seconds to go. Lucian with another deep shot. Great hips there. I mean, that was all the hip work there to get him back to the mat.
And again, able to go right through, right? When you take a shot like that, you want to shoot to finish. You don't want to shoot and stall a little bit. You go right through, able to shoot and get the takedown. All one fluid motion there from Lucian to take a 2-0 lead.
Lucian up 2-0. 32 seconds to go here in the first period at 120 pounds. We've crowned 2 champions already at 106 and 113. Lucian, heavy hands, stays tight on the rides.
And we saw that last year. A nice run, as you mentioned earlier, Benny, in the broadcast to a state championship. Now
Lucian gets the boots in now, putting the pressure up top to go to work.
And look at that hip pressure, and that's exactly what you want if you're a leg rider. Got those 2 boots in, keeping that pressure forward.
Lucian won his state title representing Tower Hill last year and moves over to Salesianum this season.
That's right, again. The way the times are going.
That's right, everybody's moving around. We're soon to have a transfer portal in high school.
High school, college, you name it.
2-0 lead for Lucian. Start of the second period. Rises to his feet, putting the hand fight on. Bellerin has to make a decision here soon, whether he's going to cut him or get him back to the mat. He does get him back to the mat. Now looking to go Spladle.
Lucian keeping that pressure forward.
And he brings that low leg up.
I think Lucian is, again,
Some guys don't fall for the flash, you know what I'm saying?
That's true, right? And you talked about Lucian moving up those 2 weight classes. Still looks strong, though. Like, he's still strong for 120, at least here in the finals. Sometimes that could be tough when you make that leap up a couple weight classes.
Lucian looking to turn into a reversal. Maybe Peterson. Has the Peterson
like
locked up. And then Bellerin going back to the attempt for a Spladle. Lucian's just methodical.
And to me, it just looks like he's never not in control.
Yeah, exactly. He gets the reversal, goes up 4-0. Could be a potential state final match, but Malachi Stratton might have something to say about that.
I think he might.
Big mat return. That takes a little sting out of you.
Yeah, what a phenomenal career Malachi's had so far.
Two-time state champ. $20-7 to go here in the second period. Folks, you're watching Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. High school wrestling action, the Delcastle Invitational. As we said, this has become a little mini preview of the state tournament to come up in March. Got a couple downstate schools in here. Sussex Tech, Caesar Rodney,
That's right,
representing the Henlopen Conference. Some private schools up north, and then some of the public schools.
It's always a great tournament. Again, I had a chance. We wrestled in, I think, one in-state tournament my entire maybe career
Right.
at St. Mark's back then. It was this one. So a tournament that I know well, and it's always exciting to get here. And again, you hear about the rankings or where you're ranked, and again, you're not sure of. If you haven't wrestled anybody in state, it's hard to rank you, right? So
Right.
again, that makes it tough on us, makes it tough on you, and then you
I
get
get
here and
those
that chance
notes
to
all the
prove
time,
yourself,
like,
right?
you know, my kid is 14-1. I'm
Yeah.
like, but at 14-1 somewhere else. I mean,
We were at St. Mark's. It was so tough, to rank us. We never wrestled in state. A lot of us didn't crack the rankings, way back then.
Right.
And then come state tournament time, everybody's sitting on the podium. That's just how it is, depending on your schedule. It's tough to come up with these rankings. That's why it's so impressive what you do, Ben.
it's easy to keep them going. It's hard to get them started.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
4-0 is our score here in the third period, in the neutral position.
And again, we
And
talked about that.
this Lucian kid, he's just a guy, and I tell my youth club kids all the time, you got to practice your stance every day. He's a kid that does not come out of his stance. He's always in a good position. And he gets another takedown.
The opposite, of a lazy wrestler, as we
Right.
talked about. That's how we started every practice back when I was in high school. And giving up his first point here is Lucian, but once again, right back in on the shot.
6-1 lead for Dominic Lucian. And like I said, not falling for the Spladle, keeping his hips low. And a takedown for Bellerin makes it 6-3.
And now you see Lucian looking a little bit tired here late in this match.
50 seconds to go.
Again, he's been kind of the aggressor throughout the first, 2.5 periods. So just started to die down a little bit, has a 3-point lead. Still some time left with 40 seconds. And if you're Bellerin, just need a turn here. You're looking for 3 backs somehow, some way. It's not
With
going to be
32
easy.
to go. Now it's not going to be easy to turn. A little hard club to the back of the head. So we get a warning on bottom for stalling.
Bellerin going to try to rock this
15
back.
to go. And down to 5. And we're going to get an unsportsmanlike here on Bellerin.
Now frustration building a little bit. Lucian, tightening up here late in the match can be frustrating as you need some extra
Lucian
back points.
Granby roll, gets out, gets the escape to end the match. And he wins 8-3. Dominic Lucian is your Delcastle champion.
And again, this is one that I'll be looking to see if they see each other again. You know, a little bit.
Independent tournament.
That's right, a little.
In sixth place from William
That is going to move us to 126 pounds.
From Charter School of Wilmington, Ryan Smith.
And we're going to have Gavin Mundy, the 4 seed. He pulls a tournament upset, but he is currently the number 4 ranked wrestler in the state. He's a junior, 18-6, and he's going up against the 8th grader, Santina Sayani. He pulled a couple upsets to get here. Number 1, he pulled one over number 5 ranked Hobie Gibbons of Sussex Tech, 7-3 decision. He is 18-4 on the year. The number 1 ranked wrestler in the state in this class, we're going to see the next match. He moved up to 132 today. One of those, keep your descent plan in place.
That's right, we see a little bit of that. A lot of strategy involved in the sport of wrestling as well. And
so here we go. Mundy in the white singlet, Santini in the red and black 4, and he gets a quick takedown right away, does Mundy.
Yeah, right to the ankle pick, right off the whistle. Another long
DMA going with the Navy-like uniforms, the 3 stripes around the waist.
Yeah, got the American flag on the back.
Yeah.
But I mean, we got to be impressed though, exactly what you see out of Red Lion as a team here with the amount of guys that they've been able to put in these middle rounds. But Mundy coming out hot there. Mundy attacking his first match and then has pinned his way to this point. So hasn't been in a lot of competitive matches here this weekend.
No. And we roll out of bounds. Back to the center. 2-0 lead for Gavin Mundy. DMA ahead in the team race. They took some couple upsets in the quarters and the semis, but as they're a pretty strong team, I think they're probably, when we go to ranking decisions this week, they're probably going to find themselves moving to the number 1 spot. You're coming in here and beating 2 Division I schools. I know the tournaments are different than dual meets, but that's, you got to kind of look at that with St. Mark's not being in town much this year.
Yeah, agreed. And team coming off of that first state championship last year in DMA. Lost some guys, but also got a lot of guys back.
Right.
And
we got a few DMA guys going to be in the finals tonight.
Oh, yeah. Especially once we get towards some of those upper weights as well. We'll see, I believe, Moni and Denigris.
Yeah, Moni, Denigris. 30 to go here in the first period.
And still 2-0. Just Mundy got that early ankle pick right off the whistle and just kind of been back and forth here, staying in this position for the entire first period.
15 to go. Wrestlers right on the edge.
Quick stoppage here, so 3 seconds. Most likely going to head to the second here, 2-0. And we'll see what each wrestler decides to do there. And speaking of DMA, shout out to Bill Valencia. Hope you're enjoying retirement.
Right.
I'm looking for, I don't see you here, so maybe you're tuning in. Shout out to Coach Bill, capping off that season last year with the state title with DMA. So I'm sure he's tuning in and checking out some of his old guys here today. So Siani going to start on bottom here.
Big gravy roll gets out, gets the escape. And then attempts a shot, but Mundy able to fight it off with the underhook on the right side. Now he looking to go to maybe a cradle there. Watching Siani in the semis, he does a good job wrestling in spurts.
Yeah.
He is explosive, and once he starts putting it all together.
Exactly, and that's it, right? When you just a young guy here, an 8th grader for Red Lion, and once you, like you said, puts it all together, can
Well, his father, Jordan, a 3-time state champ, is in the corner.
Oh, there you have it.
Mundy in on a single.
In the blood.
Oh, you don't want a forward funk there. Takedown. It's a good way to get in the near side cradle.
And again, just a little bit of the youth there, but already a heck of a start for the 8th grader this year. Have to try to fight off his back in this one.
And Monday getting the swipes. Minute 5 to go here.
You can Turk that leg
Yeah,
up.
goes low leg Turk.
Money just got to settle in. Still time to work with, though.
30 seconds to go. I think Sayani could survive this here.
He's fighting hard.
And 3 back points awarded to Monday. He goes up 7-1. 10 seconds to go here in the second period. Now looking for a tilt at the end.
And he's going to get it.
Gets 2 swipes. He's going to make it 9-1 as we head to the third period.
Siani did a good job of fighting off his back there, preventing the pin. But Mundy in complete control of the match, had that ankle pick. I mean, those first couple points come at the very beginning of those periods. A quick Siani Granby to score that 1 point there early to start the second, and then Mundy able to get the takedown right back in control.
Mundy takes neutral here in the third period. Shot by Siani. Goes to crack him down. Monday looking to turn the corner. Can't get there. Now maybe near side cradle here. Monday breaks the lock. Gets the takedown. Goes up 11-1.
Yeah, this has been his match from the start. Right off the whistle in that first period. Ankle pick for 2. And he's been in complete control since that first period start.
Minute 10 to go here. Third period, 126 pounds, fourth match of the night. Under a minute. Siani's coach yelling from the corner, give me one more scramble.
Just big pressure.
And we're going to get a stall call on top. That's what they call riding the hips. Tough call to take. You're up 11-1.
Yeah,
You feel like you've done all the work so far.
See, LA probably not happy with that one over there.
No.
Well, short time, though, for Mundy. Impressive win here. And, again, you talked about some of those other guys, obviously not at the weight here for Delcastle, maybe not in town or going on a different weight, but taking care of business for Mundy, coming in, pinning his way to the finals, and then a dominating performance in the finals for him, bringing home that gold medal today.
Coming up with 7 seconds to go, we got the 132-pound final, where we're going to see the #1 ranked wrestler at 126, bumping up for the weekend. And he's going to take on Dylan Delcastle, who is ranked number 3 at this weight class. So 126 guy bumping up. He's going to get a ranked wrestler in the finals.
You're not going to be a cakewalk for Trevor in this one. It's going to be a tough one with Delcastle, again, coming off an 8-7 win against Gordy from William Penn in his semifinal match. And Trevor, like we saw on Monday, kind of pinning his way here to the finals. So
Copes, a junior, 20-2 on the season. As you said, 3 falls to get here. Delcastle, a senior, 12-6. He had an 8-7 win over Brooke Gordy of William Penn. Copes is coming off a championship at the Adam Jeanette tournament over in Baltimore. And we're on our way at 132. Copes in the blue, Delcastle in the white. Oh, there goes that throw under.
On mat 1, your 132-pound third place match, Mills,
Delcastle looking for a Peterson.
And on mat
Copes goes behind, needs to get his hands on the mat. Does take down Copes.
Off to a good start for the top-ranked wrestler Copes here from Cesar Rodney. And again, he's one of the most talented guys you'll find here.
Got his 100th win Wednesday night as a junior.
If he's in the right headspace and then the right mental coming in, he's nearly impossible to beat.
It's hard to score on.
Yeah.
Keeps good possession.
Yeah, just, how's he going to feel coming in? Feels like he was in a great space warming up here before this match. Looked really ready to go and showing it here early.
Copes with the boot in on the near left side. Under a minute to go here in the first period, 132 pounds.
Pulling that arm out.
Brings in the hammer lock. He likes to tilt out of this. If he can get the claw right on the other side.
Nice to put it up on there and come around the front, lock it up, country boy.
Mm-hmm.
And see what he decides to do. Yeah, I can try to sink that bar in, it looks like.
Has the bar and then loses it. Got the near side wrist, works it out on the inside wrist. Looking to tilt here. Gets one sway, gets a second. And this is, talking to his coach, Trey Mitchell, this has been the biggest improvement to his game, is turning people on top.
Yeah. And that, I mean, if you're able to do that at a high clip, that's, what can separate you from other wrestlers in terms of, your spot on the podium come the end of the year. That's one of the toughest positions to be able to score from and control from. And if he's got everything else, if he can put that all together, man, I'll tell you.
He didn't place at the Beast, but he made it to the second day, and that's one of the biggest things his coach said it was the difference was in tight matches being able to turn people.
Yeah, for sure.
So here he is up 5-0. And we're underway in the second period, and we're going to get a caution on top. So underway here, second period, 5-0 lead for Copes. Sealing off, getting in a sit position, comes to his feet, puts on the hand fight, and gets the escape. 6-0 lead for Trevor Copes.
And again, seeing, him today, he's been going, he's been nonstop kind of this whole match. Didn't have the bar, or had the bar sunk out right to the tilt. We saw that earlier in the second period for those back points.
Shot by Delcastle, front head goes Copes. Copes goes around the waist and gets another takedown. He's now up 8-0.
And now going to maybe put it in cruise control here and just.
He's a little bit of a, the kid from Sanford, the way I used to call Death by a Thousand Paper Cuts. Justin Griffith, yeah. Just a tilt here, a tilt there, a go behind here. Nothing big, nothing crazy.
You're absolutely right. Hope he's doing well. Phenomenal career at Sanford.
Wrestling at Drexel now.
Congratulations. Had a chance,
Copes
with our
goes
championship
half and then boot in. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk
You're going to say great family. Had a chance to talk to them after last year's championship win. And he had to wrestle some tough guys in his career, too, in some big moments.
Well, he was a 5-time finalist. Minute to go here in the second. 8-0 lead for Trevor Copes.
Get that out. Knee slide, knee slide.
And you talked about him pumping up a weight class, maybe obviously not. You could argue not as strong as the other guys up at 132, but you couldn't tell it all. He's able to control from top. And again, Delcastle is a big guy. He's a big wrestler here at 132, and you just don't see the drop off in strength when you go up a weight class, and that's impressive to see.
He says he's going 126 for the in states this year, and just kind of staying within his descent plan.
Yeah.
He's going to have to bump up something to 32 in the dual meets this year to help his team.
Yep, that's what it's all about.
So why not come up here and go 32? Five seconds to go here in the second period. And that's going to move us to the third. And Delcastle, he wants to go back to his feet.
And see if he tries to set up something with that strength. Again, you can visually tell a little bit bigger than Trevor Copes here. We'll see what he tries to go to here out of neutral, down 8-0. You're going to need something big potentially here in the third.
Copes throws the hand down. Great hips, works behind, gets the takedown. 10-0 lead for Copes here in the 132-pound final. At the Delcastle Invitational goes, you're watching Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. Benny Mitchell with the old Sparty, the former St. Mark's wrestler, Nick Alessandrini.
Only one in the building.
Yeah, they didn't come this year.
Missing the Spartans, but I'm sure they're getting some good work over there, I believe, in Maryland today. And
Copes with the bar on the left side.
And he's done a great job tonight.
Oh, big cookie. Got the bar and the half. Now goes front head. Picks up 2 back. He's up 12-0.
Done a great job of letting the match come to him. Has not forced anything at all. He's just, wrestling from one move to the next. And he's been great in all facets here. Dominating performance through 2.5.
And they go out of bounds with 56 seconds left.
Now, is that a shirt and short combo, or is that a?
It's when the 2 pieces came out. It's 2 pieces.
Gotcha. Okay, there we go. Didn't have those back in 2012, 2013. Pretty cool though.
Shot attempt by Copes. The call out with an underhook.
Now this is where he wants to be. And Trevor, though, able to just
circles out of it, runs them out of bounds. 30 seconds to go.
You 1-0 final to our right.
Coach Mitchell says he gets a lot of uniform advice from Copes.
I was going to ask you.
The team fashionista.
I was going to ask you how many wrestling shoes he has.
Plenty.
Do you think, right? I want to say
this
he's
is
got
like
a good amount.
Pair I've
I had
seen
a decent amount back in the day.
Takedown for Copes. Goes up 14-1. Cuts them and goes out of bounds.
And again, doing this against Delcastle, who's a very good wrestler in his own right. Again, a tough match for Delcastle here against Copes in the finals, but a great tournament for Delcastle coming into this one, and a great season so far, and just kind of showing you that evolution of Trevor Copes here.
Going to try to go cheap tilt there to get the tech fall. Under 10 to go. And he runs a straight bar, and time's going to run out. Trevor Copes with the 14-1 major decision is your champion at 113 pounds. Remember last year he provided us with the great match with Cam Davis where they went into overtime.
Oh, that's right. That was a heck of a match. And a little bit of a more fluid victory for him here this year in this one. And impressive victory. And again, somebody that we're both going to see in March.
Yep. We're going to move up to 138 pounds, and we're going to see another top wrestler from the class of 2025, and Eddie Radicke from Carabel. He's a junior, 9-4 in the season, 3-time state champion, going for 5. He's only a junior.
That's right.
And he's going to take on Gavin Sheehan of St. George's. He got here with a 5-0 decision. He's 16-4. He's also a junior. Radicke ranked number 1 at this weight class, and Sheehan ranked number 6.
Yeah, Radicke, somebody I've had a chance to talk to at Cape Henlopen in 3 consecutive years now as a state champion, and just, again, has continued to get better overall as a wrestler. And
in quickly on the high crotch. Pulls the leg out, a little pull down action. Radicke's a guy that works on his craft. Cross country. Oh, here he goes from the near side cradle. Now gets the takedown. And he's another guy that's methodical. He's quicker than people think he is. You know, not a flashy guy, but very methodical.
I was going to say, I mean, that's the nail on the head for me is, just dominating performances. Might not have the flashiness of some other guys that you see, but if there's one guy that's going to get the job done.
And in the last match, we saw a guy that has some flash.
Yeah, exactly.
He showed it with that little throw by to start the match.
A little jump over at the end.
Right.
Nice couple moves there.
But again, 2 dominating performances here at 32 and 38.
Yeah, and we've seen a few of them so far here in this tournament.
And there's the fall for Eddie Radicke.
And there's our first period exit here today. And again, Sheehan is having himself a heck of a tournament, heck of a year for them. Dave Williams, Brandon Davis, what a job they're doing at St. George's here the last couple of years. But running into a buzzsaw here for Sheehan today against Radicke.
So here we go. 144, the number 1 ranked wrestler in the state, Dustin Elliott from Sussex Tech. He is a junior, and he's going up against number 3 in the state, Nick Hendricks of William Penn. This kid from Sussex Tech, Elliott, is like speed personified. I mean, he is quick on the mat.
These guys are fun to watch.
Puts himself in good positions. Sometimes he'll put himself in a bad position, but so far this year he's been able to work his way out of it. He's 24-2. Those 2 losses come from the Beast of the East, and Hendricks 13-5.
Well, if you're going to have 2 losses on the season,
Beast
they can
is
both
place to
come
have
there.
it.
That's right. So, again, what a season to start in. Again, when you're that kind of guy and you're speeding and you're doing a whole bunch of different things at a fast pace, yeah, you can put yourself into some tough positions, but again, it's worth it. You'll take that trade-off from more positives than negatives, and we'll see how this one goes here. There's a couple matches to finish up, but going to be a fun one here at 144.
Hendricks wrestling William Penn, representing William Penn in the cherry and black. I've made the mistake of calling it red in my older days and earlier days, and it is cherry and black.
That's right, cherry and black. Well, thank you for the education.
Not a
I
problem.
was unaware there.
And I heard one of the refs giving Scott Leifa, head coach at Sussex Tech, a hard time because they got some new unis. They look good, but their school colors are black and white. And he told him, he said, you did a lot with little to work with.
That's true. That's a tough color combo there to have. And Sussex Tech, again, another program that's looking pretty good this year, especially when we talk about Elliott and some of these other guys.
This is our first Colonial in the finals.
And again, William Penn, some guys last year they had to pay attention to that were going to make runs potentially in the state tournament. And once again, some guys maybe to keep a close eye on, Hendricks being one of them. Still got the old St. Mark's and William Penn big painting from back in the day of those 2 going at it.
Back when they would have dual meets with one team only getting 20 points to win.
Those were the days, right? Yeah. And thought but no St. Mark's William Penn here today.
So they're allowing the other matches to finish up and keep everybody on track for the awards, I guess.
Thank you, Eddie, for giving us some time to talk in general here. Getting
Catch our
first,
breath.
Period win, and again, we're almost I guess how you could say halfway through.
So we'll talk team
final
rankings
almost,
in Division 1 right now. Sussex Central ranked number 1, Salesianum number 2, Cape Henlopen number 3, Caesar Rodney 4, William Penn 5. And in Division 2, St. Mark's number 1, Delaware Military 2, Red Lion 3, Lake Forest 4, Laurel 5. And I think with this performance here tonight by Delaware Military, they might just bump up and they are the defending state champs, and they have wrestled well in Delaware this year.
Again, LA, one of the best coaches in the state, bringing them that first state championship last year. They got a great wrestling room over there, and they're going to bring that intensity every single tournament. And those kids over there, if there's one thing you can say about them, is they're going to get progressively better throughout the season, and they will be at their best when they need to be. You can be rest assured that. So they'll be ready, and that should be a fun one.
Updated team score, Delaware Military leads with 252 points. Salesianum in second with 232.5. Caesar Rodney in third with 223. William Penn in fourth with 164.5. Red Lion fifth with 155. So a bit of separation between the top 3 and then the 4 and 5 here this afternoon. This weight class, ranked number 1 in state, Dustin Elliott. Nick Walker of Cape Henlopen ranked number 2. Nick Hendricks, William Penn, we're going to see in a minute, ranked number 3. Angel Morris Salas of Indian River 4. Nick Thomas, I'm screwing that one up. Wow. Sorry, Nick. St. George's. And then Alex Baxley of St. Mark's ranked number 6.
I mean, look at these guys here, 144. Benny, look at, as opposed to last year, how many of these guys were sitting around that weight? Is I guess anybody returning to that weight? What did Elliott wrestle last year?
Elliott wrestled 144
so
last year. I think
44.
Finished, I want to say third. He's a 2-time place winner. 44 was a good weight class last year. Matter of fact, he was not even in the Henlopen Conference Finals and finished third in the state.
Yeah. Again, pinning his way to this point here against Hendricks. And Hendricks, he got 2 pins early in the tournament. A sudden victory, though, in his quarterfinal match to get to the semis, and then a 7-5 win in the semis. So he's been in some battles here as he comes into this finals match against Elliott, who has yet to be in a competitive match. We've seen that a few times here throughout. Who has it benefited? It's kind of gone either way. So we'll see who it benefits here.
In 6th place from St. George's, Nathaniel Wood. In 5th place from Cesar Rodney.
And when you are those guys and you get some of these other matches ending early, you're out here warming up, walking back and forth for sometimes 10 to 15 minutes before your
Trying
match.
to figure out if you want to have your shirt on or off, right?
That's right.
In 2nd place from Red Lion Christian Academy, Santino Cioni.
So both of these guys have a little extra time to go through that game plan in their head, visualize what they're ready to do out here on the mat. As we're now just a few, I believe, maybe a minute or two away from getting these underway. We're now going through our first podium pictures and brackets of the afternoon. Nick Halliday there in the corner, got the camera out.
With the boss.
Happy to have him here at Delcastle.
It's not like he lives that far away.
No, this one not too bad for us over here, Benny. Now, here we go.
Underway at 134 pounds, Dustin Elliott in the black singlet representing the Sussex Tech Ravens. And he's up against Nick Hendricks in the white with the red cherry trim representing the William Penn Colonial. Oh, nice little duck under to a double. Switches off to a single. And like two cats out there right now.
I say the chain wrestling has been good here to the first.
Takedown Elliott. He goes up 2-0.
And that was one move to the next, right? Able to shift, chain wrestle, get that 2 points. And Elliott and the Sussex Tech, they got the last names on the back of the singlets.
Yeah.
I like to see that sometimes. I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, CR had him a couple of years ago.
I remember CR did. You were right about that. I haven't seen it here today.
Couple more number ones to go here tonight, but we're at 144, and Elliott putting a ride on. He's up 2-0. We're going to see a beast champion coming up at 215 tonight.
Must be a qualification, right? If you go to Sally's, wrestle 95 or 215, got to win beast. Shout out to Max Agresti, and again, a shout out to Miller as well. That is just a phenomenal accomplishment.
Got the boot in and crossface. And heavyweight should be a nice match for us tonight too, with Torres and Deningris, ranked number 1 and 3 in the state. Still no back points earned.
Again, the top 6 place finishers from 130.
There goes the count.
138 pounds. Please make your way to the awards area behind mat 3.
Good hips.
Elliott with a 4-0 or a 5-0 lead. One thing I've noticed, his game where he's improved is transitions. You know, a lot of times in the past he would get back points and then they either get rolled through, reversed, or an escape. Now he's picked up in his game to transition from one move to another and pick up, you know, a couple sets of back points in a ride.
And once you get to that point, that's where you want to be.
And up to his feet and out. 6-0 lead for Dustin Elliott.
Made it look easy there on bottom.
Little understep. And looks like he's going to lock up a near side cradle. And gets it. Takedown. 8-0 lead for Dustin Elliott.
Look for 6 here. Or in this case.
And then so far here from 26 on, we're seeing dominating performances. We're seeing guys that are going out to establish themselves as number ones.
And this is the stage to do it. You're going to be all the people that have their eyes on you here.
And a fall for Elliott.
And able to see, this is where you want to put everybody on notice. These are the guys you're going to see later on in the season, the coaches you're going to be going against later on in the season.
And if you're not here, you're checking the brackets to find out what happened anyway.
Exactly right, and you're definitely coming to this YouTube and checking out these matches.
This next matchup coming up at 150, these two guys pulled upsets in the semis to make it to the finals. This is your number 4 and your number 3 seed going to be wrestling here. And it's Hunter Durham from Milford. He's a senior, 11-7. And he'll be taking on Craig Dixon from Cesar Rodney. He's a junior, ranked 7 won a 7-4 decision over Perrin. And that was not only a tournament upset, but a ranking upset.
Yes, sir. And that's the thing, when you get these matches, when you get some upsets, you know, this might be some of these guys' first opportunity to stand atop that podium. Who's going to take advantage of the way things have fallen, and who's going to wrestle their best match here in the finals? Because both of these guys, as you mentioned, coming off maybe not where you thought they'd be here at Delcastle this weekend. Who's going to be the one that's able to take advantage of that and bring home a championship?
The number 1 wrestler in this weight class, Stanley Pete out of Laurel, he's out with an injury right now. He got injured at a tournament in Salisbury, Maryland a couple weeks back. Haven't heard what I knew last time I talked to him before Christmas, he needed to get a second MRI. So hopefully he'll be back on the mat. Number 2 is Case Dempsey of Lake Forest, and those two are 1-1 against each other. Ben Renato, ranked number 3 from St. Mark's. Charles Perrin of Delaware Military, 4. Gardner Hall of Sally's, 5, and Craig Dixon, number 6. So these two guys getting wrestled put themselves in a position to move up in the rankings here at the Delcastle Invitational.
And you're looking at these guys. Durham, you know, a little bit shorter, maybe looks a little stockier, a little stronger here. And then Dixon got some length to him, tall, got long legs. Maybe, you know, likes to work those legs. We'll see which style is able to come out on top in this one.
Don Parsley, the longtime coach at Milford, in the corner.
That's right.
And Trey Mitchell makes a return trip back. Coming over from a 3rd place match.
Yeah, glad to see, you know, some of those teams, as you mentioned, Benny, Caesar Rodney, Sussex Tech, making the trip, you know, up here to Delcastle. It's such a great tournament to be a part of, as you said, and just to see what you're going to have to work with come March, and et cetera. And especially the weather today.
Milford as well.
Exactly, yep, exactly. Right.
Milford and Caesar Rodney, they meet in a dual meet this coming Wednesday night. Yeah, Henlip and North Battle. I haven't had much chance to talk to Parsley, but I was talking to Trey earlier. Of course, it's easy because he's my son. He's always around.
That's neat. There's a good
like won money or something, right? And he said he mixed emotions about their performance. You know, he felt some guys really wrestled well, and he felt some guys that were, you know, are under the radar, not on the radar. You know, even though they didn't make the finals, made a statement.
Yeah.
You know, and then he put 5 guys in the finals. So, and then you had some guys that, you know, gonna have to have a heart-to-heart on Monday when they get back in the practice room, and what happened here.
And that's exactly right, and that's what it is. And when you're, you know, being a coach can be such a tough spot. You've got guys that you know should be wrestling better or that had a tough match. A lot of the wrestling, again, is so mental, is that it's tough to be a coach when you go out here and you have guys that you know have been working hard or maybe didn't give it their best, didn't look their best here, you know that should have performed better, because you are going to have to go talk to those guys, and that can be tough sometimes as a coach. But it's what's needed to be done. And
Dixon here is a guy that
sport out there.
He had a rough state tournament last year and put some work in over the summer. He's also a soccer player and has shown the improvement. I talked to his mother after his last match, and she said he is wrestling with you all summer.
And again, I know I say that ad nauseum and we talk about it, but that's where you make your biggest leaps, is in the off season, in those off season programs. The wrestling, again, when you get better when maybe some other guys aren't. You know, that's when I used to make some jumps or got better each and every year. That's what you do it in the off season. So that can be tough sometimes. You know, you got a lot of these guys playing football in the fall and some other sports like that.
Dixon jumped into the rankings last week by virtue of other guys knocking each other off, and there he was left standing.
There you go. Sometimes that's all it takes.
You know, when I do my ranking, I got I call it a ranking board, and I've got my 6, and I've got, you know, anywhere from 5 to 10 names under that are just kind of sitting waiting, you know.
In the wings. And again, Milford talked about a program not that long ago that was winning state championships,
right,
you know, back to back, etc. And still a strong program. Good to see a guy like Durham here get to the finals in a tournament like this here at Delcastle.
Should be getting started now because the 32s are on the podium. Trevor Copes handed his bracket, and we should be getting on our way here at 150. So Milford, their first finalist here, looking to crown a champ. The Riders looking to maybe put 2 on the top of the podium tonight.
Wrestling on mat 3, your 152nd pound, 5th place match.
Durham has had close to see. He had a pin, then a 5-4 decision, a 3-2 decision, and a 6-5 overtime. So here we go, underway at 150 pounds. Durham in the burgundy and gold of Milford, and Dixon in the Caesar Rodney blue and gold.
See Dixon, a couple level changes, both guys early. How's Dixon going to use that length here to his advantage?
Runner-up at the Howdy Duncan, and runner-up at the Milford, Hunter Durham.
Durham with a front headlock.
But now if you're Durham there, put the pressure on. He's got long legs. Might be setting up for a cradle throw by instead.
Tries to throw by. Dixon able to come back to his feet.
And got a step lift there. Get out to the side if you want a mat return there. Again, it just kind of looked like Durham not sure what he wanted to do there.
Dixon able to get it out of bounds and a restart a minute 5. 0-0 is your score.
Both guys, as we talked about in a few of these other matches, kind of feeling it out really early here. Kind of letting to see who makes the first mistake.
Shot by Dixon. Goes from a double to a single. Durham getting the hips back.
Durham want to get back in that front head position like he was earlier. Trying to get those hips back, but good pressure here from Dixon. Not going to let go.
And we go out of bounds. 30 seconds to go in the first period. No score at 150 pounds.
Seemed like we had, as you mentioned, some dominating performances at Phil, and this one might come to the
Might come
wire
to a
here.
closer match, yeah. Shot by Dixon again. Switches back off to the single. Gets the takedown. 2-0 lead for Craig Dixon.
Yeah, I think Durham maybe, I'm not sure what happened there. Had a good sprawl initially, able to get those hips back, but Dixon able to use that length, pull forward, and get the first two, our first takedown here.
And that goes with a claw right here. And time runs out. 2-0 lead for Craig Dixon. Dixon kind of shooting through the head and hands there at that time.
Yeah, if you're Dixon, now you're in a great spot, up 2-0.
Durham's going to take bottom.
And again, he's got that length, right, for Dixon. Let's see what he can do on top if he can keep that pressure on.
I believe it was the quarterfinals. He had semifinal. He had a big ride on Perrin. Like almost the whole period. Underway here in the second period at 150 pounds.
And when you're able to do that and be in control on top, it just is such an advantage. But
and that's a standing reversal and a cuts. Standing reversal. And then Dixon gets out. He leads 3-2.
Again, we've seen Dixon be more aggressive here in the neutral spot. Taking a few more shots here, and there he goes again.
In on the leg.
It's a nice job to bring that leg in with that strength there.
Sides. It looked like a minute he wanted to go off the elbow, sides to stay on the single. Now trying to get Durham to his hip. Minute to go here in the period.
Durham got that right ankle hooked over the top. Now I'm going to sub him up, or at least try to. I'm going to pin that hip.
Durham trying to funk. And takedown for Durham in the Peterson.
Yeah, gave it to him. Had it.
Four-3 lead for Durham. 25 seconds to go here in the second.
See Durham looking at that clock, trying to hold on. He's got 15 seconds to do so. Dixon trying to break that grip on his right leg.
10 to go. I think he would get a stalemate or a stall here because Durham's in control, correct?
And yeah, there it is.
There's the stall call. 5 seconds to go. 4-3 lead for Durham.
Maybe you're thinking quick Granby here if you're Dixon.
And time's going to run out. So we move to the third. It'll be Dixon's choice. He's going to take bottom. He trails 4-3 here at 150 pounds. You're watching the Delcastle Invitational. Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. I'm Benny Mitchell. He's Nick Allison-Drini.
That was a big reversal there in that second period for Durham with the Peterson there, and then able to take that lead. Now going to try to sink this boot in. We talked about Dixon with that ride over Parrott in that last one that kind of gave him that win. Wasn't able to do it here in the second period here. Now going to have to make something happen on bottom if you're Dixon. But Durham, a heck of a second period that puts him in control here. But he is on top. Dixon to get the choice after the defer. So this can be a fun one down to the wire.
That's right. Dixon puts him on his hip, but Durham able to get back on top and arch the back and keep the hips down. Dixon looking to throw that leg out.
Too high. Durham is a little high, gonna have to get back, and there it is.
Potentially dangerous. Minute to go.
But again, if you're Durham, he was in control there for the first minute. You're 1 minute in through period two. It's been a minute of a ride.
And now you got to restart.
Exactly right. He comes quick with that pressure. Great off the whistle last time. We'll see if Dixon can get to a knee or get. As we're going to have a stoppage. The clock now will not stop. It's continuing to run here. Trying to fix it. And again, you know, when you're out there, some wrestlers like a little bit of a stoppage and catch your breath. Some don't. We'll see who it benefits.
Well, they got it fixed.
Guys running all over the mat here. And great help here at Delcastle.
1 minute to go. 4-3 lead for Durham.
There we go. 1 minute to go. Crown our champ.
Dixon comes to his feet, gets the escape. It's 4-4 here with 45 to go.
Again, wasn't able to get to his feet last time. Able to do it there, get his point, and now here we go. Takedown could be the difference.
Spins behind, gets the takedown.
There's that front head.
Needs to disengage here, drop that elbow to the mat.
Yeah. Nice pressure though by Durham and able to break him down. It's a big breakdown there. Now if you're Dixon, short time and in a bad spot.
And 3, 2, 1, and that's it. Durham is your champ at 150.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give your attention to the order.
That was
With a 6-4 decision.
Impressive win for Durham there. Dixon kind of started off things hot, scored the first points of the match. It was middle way through that second period on the reversal from Durham where he gained some life. Able to get another takedown, and then impressive job here in the third period. Got that front headlock, able to spin around, and that was the winning takedown there in period number 3.
So that's going to move us to 157, where we're going to see Shane Pierce of Tower Hill. He's 20-2 on the season. He's a junior. Got to the finals with a 4-2 sudden victory win over Deluzio of Caravel. And he's going to take on Malcolm Roy of DMA, 14-5 on the season. He is a senior. This weight class, number 1, Nuruddin Ahmad Stas, the state champ from Lake Forest. Braden Renato of St. Mark's. Malcolm Roy is 3, and Pierce is 4. So we're going to see a battle of 3 and 4 here.
Now wrestling on mat
Roy's a heck of a football player, too. A wide receiver in a corner there in the secondary for DMA. Great kid. I've interviewed him a handful of times for different sports over his career at DMA. You know, one of the best kids out there. Great interview, and again, has really improved, his wrestling here. Maybe as a football player, etc., but he's really gotten better here in this DMA program with LA and company here over the last couple of years. An impressive run for him last year. And then Pierce, again, Tower Hill has been good these last couple of years as a program as well, and they continue to put guys in the finals. A sudden victory for Pierce there in the semis, so a big win. See if he can ride that momentum here against Roy.
So here we go. 2 minutes on the clock, and we're underway at 157 pounds. Malcolm Roy in the navy and gold of DMA, and Pierce in the green and black of Tower Hill. Roy forces in an underhook. Pierce able to circle away.
And he's going to do that, right? He's got that strength. He's going to want to come over the top, club you a little bit, and use that strength, is Malcolm Roy.
Shot by Pierce.
Top 6 place finishers from 150 and 144 pounds. Please report to the awards area.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one, too.
This might be another tight finish here.
150 pounds. Please make your way to the awards area.
3 and 4 in the state.
There's that club trying to come over top that time. Good job by Pierce to deny it. Now lock up.
.54 to go here, first period, no score. Midway point of the finals.
Sweep single, defense there by Pierce.
Roy comes at you like a linebacker and on the wrestling mat.
Exactly.
There's not a whole lot of clearing hands and clearing arms. It's just straight at you. We're in Wilmington, folks. Delcastle High School. Shot by Pierce. He's in on the leg this time. Shin whizzer by Roy here.
6 seconds.
And he's able to fight that off. No score here at the end of 1.
Late limp arm there by Pierce. Just maybe if he had a few seconds more, could have gotten to Roy with a good job with that whizzer, able to fight it off on short time in a 0-0 first period. Kind of what we maybe expected there. And who's going to be more effective on top?
Underway, second period, 157 pounds, no score. Roy rises to his feet, puts on the hand fight, and gets the escape. 1-0 lead for Malcolm Roy.
Neutral. Going to be big here in this match. Again, you saw Roy really get up rather easily.
In on the single. And gets the takedown.
Impressive there again.
Big man with the low, with the John Smith single. And the escape, and right to a double leg. Has the whizzer fighting it off. 3-1 lead for Roy.
Wow. That was an impressive shot by Pierce to being able to get in that position with how strong Roy is. And how about Roy able to fight it off with a whizzer? Unbelievable, able to stay out of 2 at least here for the moment.
And they go out of bounds.
Wow. And that just shows you the strength of Malcolm Roy. You can get in deep on a shot like that, but he's got that strength.
You got to finish it.
At 157 to make you really work for it.
3-1 lead for Malcolm Roy. Oh, ran right through the head and hands, but Roy just shook it off. Gets in a front headlock position. That's like going through a wall.
Well, that was a blast double there from Pierce, and you said it, ran into a brick wall, able to fight it off. That's what makes him such a tough opponent. Because you can't argue, Pierce hasn't wrestled a bad match.
No.
Just trailing 3-1.
Well, it's hard to finish on Roy.
That is it. He's a bend, not break. You hear that about defenses in football, but that's him here.
Another double leg attempt. And time runs out. Roy was looking to spin behind. Pierce might want to look for an angle here. Straight on into Roy's not working.
And he's going to choose neutral. Down by 2.
3-1. And another double leg attempt, runs right into double underhooks.
That's what he's been doing. That's been a majority of his shot attempts so far in this match, and Roy's done a good job of, again, going with those underhooks and just sizing him up every time he's running into him with that double.
Lat drop attempt. Roy gets the takedown.
Risky there.
You can't shoot on him, you can't throw him.
Yeah.
Not tonight, at least. Malcolm Roy goes up 5-1. Minute 30 to go in the match. DMA coach is wanting a fall there.
And if you're Pearson, Roy being that, having that strength, that can take a lot out of you. Pierce going to have to keep working here. Going to have to try to find an opening. Down 5-1. Gotta try something here.
57 to go in the match.
Pressure forward. Get off your knees. You gotta keep wrestling.
I guess refs just give him the obligatory warning for both of them without giving them an official warning.
No stall.
Smart.
Roy's going to put him on his feet. Interesting. 5-2.
Don't hate it.
Motion, Malcolm. Motion.
I guess you're thinking maybe walk into a Peterson or something on top.
Height. Get a leg.
Subs up with holding on to nothing. And might end up getting a takedown here. Takedown from Malcolm Roy. He goes up 7-2. Nick, he just kind of subbed him up with no hands on him, and scores.
And, one of those guys that you don't want to see, right? Maybe if you're a seed, maybe ranked higher, he's got the traits that you don't want to see maybe in a semi-match or a finals match. He's going to be a tough out come March, just from the style that he brings to the table there.
And Malcolm Roy is your champion at 157 pounds with the 7-2 decision. And that's going to move us to 165. We have 8-0 Frank E. Norris of William Penn up against Ryan McCormack of St. Elizabeth. He's 8-4 on the season. Both are juniors. McCormack representing St. Elizabeth. They were down. They didn't even have a program for what, about a decade?
I mean, it was a crazy time.
Head
over there
coach
for
Eddie
St.
Quinn,
E's.
former St. Mark's wrestler, brought the program back.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the awards area behind Mat 3.
Let's check the rankings out in this weight class.
Top 6 place finisher.
At 165.
6th place from
Jacob Ebal, St. Mark's, ranked number 1. Frank Norris, William Penn, 2. Zachary Etienne of Concord, 3. Ulysses Vanata of Red Lion, 4. Keenan Duffy of Tower Hill is 5. And Sean Farrell is 6. McCormick is making his first appearance at 165. He's ranked number 3 at 175.
2024 Delcastle.
So we got number 2 at 165 versus number 3 at 175. Obviously has now made his descent.
Starting to get a peek into maybe what guys are thinking about doing.
They just want me to work Monday and Tuesday. Here we go, underway at 165. Frankie Norris in the cherry and black of William Penn. McCormick in the white, burgundy, and gold of St. Elizabeth. The Vikings and the Colonials.
Got the face guard there on for McCormick. Can make it tough sometimes. Or other guys like it.
Mm-hmm.
In 2023, he was 4th place in the state at 165 pounds. This year, he placed 7th at the Wetzel Holiday Classic, and he has a 4.0 grade average. Ryan McCormick. His opponent is an 11th grader.
You hear over the PAs. McCormick, 4-0 GPA.
79 and 23. He's a two-time state placer, a two-time conference champ, and a two-time Milford Invitational champ. Franklin Norris.
Again, he
Oh, blast double by Norris. Almost like a freight train double. McCormick able to catch it and stop it.
150 pounds. Please report to the awards area behind mat 3. Again, the top 6 place finishers from 150 pounds. Please report to the awards area behind mat 3. And the top 6 place finishers from 157 pounds. Please make your way to the awards area. Again, 157 pounds. Please make
No
your
score
way to the
here.
awards area.
30 seconds to go. First period, 165 pounds.
few shot attempts from.
Yeah, he's another one. Looks like he's willing to go through your head and hands still. Five to go here in the first period. And that's how it's going to end. 5-0. We'll go to the disc flip. And it's going to go Norris's way. He's going to take bottom right away. Wants to get that first point on the board in case we have to get to the ultimate ride out.
And in one of our first matches here in the final of the 0-0 first period. Haven't seen too many of those. We'll see here, McCormick trying to go to work on top. Again, points card to come by here. Norris, though, up and out. 1-0 Norris here over McCormick. 1:30 to go, period number 2. So Norris with an escape, that's the difference here.
1-0.
Not a lot of openings here for both guys in this one so far, or at least created openings.
I want to thank tournament director and head coach of Delcastle, Jeff Hughes, letting us get here and helping us sell. Oh, double leg by Norris.
Can he finish? And try to bring it up.
Funk flip. And take down Norris.
And that could be a risky move there to do, to flip there towards the end of the match. He had the leg up, but you're kind of near the end of the match. If you're McCormick, maybe try to, play defense a little bit there and then get out of bounds.
Yeah.
So that was a tough one there to try to do the flip there right on the edge of the mat and kind of almost gave 2 to Norris there. Good job by Norris to stick with it.
Norris with a half in on the left side. Swings it out of bounds. 3-0 lead with 10 seconds to go in the second period.
A short time here now if you're McCormick. These are always the spots you're going to want to try to get your point here before you head to the second period, trying to be down 2.
Drops to a single. And now McCormick with the whizzer. And gets the escape.
He does.
Right at the buzzer. Worst part about that is you can't get him back.
And hope exactly. And again, you're going to see William Penn come and talk a little bit about this one. Looked like he was able to get one, I think, for me right here. At least that's how I saw it.
Had the whizzer and then he turned and stepped out.
Right at the buzzer there. And again, if there was 11 seconds on the clock, that wouldn't have counted. If there was 10, it counts.
So McCormick chooses bottom here in the third. And we're underway, third period. 3-1 lead for Frank Norris. Granby roll. Got to clear the feet first.
Suck back there. It's got that half sunk in there, though, out in front.
And escape from McCormick. 3-2, and they go out of bounds.
Norris is not quick enough there to get around.
3-2, minute 39.
Here we go. Who's going to have more gas here in the final minute 40? One and a half to go. Fans screaming from both sides of the mat here in the finals.
Double A attempt by Norris. Not as much, what was the word I want? Energy in that one as we were getting late in the match. First couple he did in this match, he went right through them.
Yeah, and you can see again who's going to have more gas. That's what it comes down to a lot of the times here. Now getting physical out here.
53 seconds to go. Can't go prevent defense yet.
Now McCormick getting aggressive. And we'll see if Norris can try to work something here. They might hit him with something soon.
Fans yelling for the stall call.
Yeah, it could be coming. Could be coming. There's a shot.
30 to go. And we go out of bounds.
And McCormick going to pressure down, snap him back into the circle there.
Try to get that quick two. 24 seconds to go. 3-2 lead for Frank Norris.
Here we go. And again, no stall calls yet to this point, so that's probably off the table. You need a takedown.
And Norris gets it with the headlock.
That'll do it.
And the escape and back points. And that's it. Clock runs out. I don't know what the score is because they haven't thrown the points up yet.
Fouls with an exclamation point that time. A good match by Norris and using the aggressiveness to his advantage that time and able to get
5-3 victory for Norris.
Charles Perry. In 5th place, from First State Military Academy, Ryan Allen. In 4th place, from Louisiana, Gardner Hall.
So I imagine McCormick's going to
3rd place, from Sussex Tech, Bennett Brumley.
see what he learns from this match.
In 2nd place, from Caesar Rodney.
And they're going to meet a couple more times down the road.
I think that two that he gave up here again towards our table, that through two where he tried to funk flip underneath, and he gave up two to Norris. I think if he were to go back, get out of bounds, reset there, that could have been the difference. But Norris, he made the plays when he needed to down the stretch. Big exclamation point on the takedown to seal it up at the end.
So we moved to 175. Keelan Donnelly of Tower Hill, 15-5 on the season, a senior. He's up against Jason Hughart, junior, 13-5 for the William Penn Colonials. Hughart not ranked. Donnelly ranked number 6 here at 175.
So you can argue the winner here going to stay or creep up into that top 6. That's what it's all about here at Delcastle.
This right now, this weight class on top is Luke Spohr of St. Mark's, the defending state champ.
Two-time all-conference wrestler, Keelan Donnelly. He is opposed by Jason Hewitt of William Penn, with a 19-5 season record and a 47-18 overall record. 6th in the Delcastle in 2022, 5th place in the Milford 2023, 3rd place in the Howie Duncan 2023.
Hughart had a 7-5 decision over Owen Dixon of Caesar Rodney, and Donnelly pins Brian Seward of Milford.
So again, more than one Hiller and Colonial here in the finals today. We'll see that for both of these programs.
Again, the top 6 place finishers, 157 pounds, the awards area. The top 6 place finishers in the 165-pound weight class. Make your way over to the awards
Shot
area.
by Hughart. And out of bounds on the edge. Back to our feet, 42 to go. Hughart goes behind, but can't get him to the mat. And we're out of bounds. 26 seconds to go, still on her feet. Oh, shot by Donnelly. I think he may have switched off to that double too soon, Nick.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
He had the single. I think he just in a hurry to get to that double leg, and Hugart able to fight it off. 15 to go here. 175 pounds.
This could be one of those matches where, one takedown could be the difference.
We're going to end tonight at 285, where we're going to see number 1 versus number 3 in Cale Deningris of DMA and Eli Joaquin of William Penn. So no score at the end of one period. We'll go to the disc flip, and it goes to the Cherry and Black, and he's going to take bottom.
Cherry and Black, you're right on it.
That's right.
And anything, just referencing heavyweight, anything can happen at 285. That's going to be a fun match. We've seen upsets here the last couple of years, I believe, at Delcastle.
Well, Deningris got thrown to his back to start the match against King from Charter in the semis, able to fight back and win the match.
And that's the story of the heavyweights, right? You never know. Somebody could get tossed.
– 1-0 lead for Hugart.
And Hogart can want to fix his stance just a little bit here. And if you're Donnelly, use that pressure that's coming into you to your advantage there. Reshot.
Approaching a minute out of bounds. 1-0 lead still for Hugart. We're still neutral.
Trying to adjust the headgear here. And I said it earlier, we'll see who comes up with the takedown. Could be more throughout the rest of the match, but who gets that first takedown sets the tone, kind of takes that momentum.
Right. 55 to go. Donnelly steps back, wants to think about it a little bit. It's like being at the foul line in basketball. Oh, nice little wrist exchange to a single. Still no score yet. Needs to come back to the face.
Yep. It's a little too late on that. If he was able to come to that face quicker, now he's going to try to get that cross face.
And gets the takedown. 2-1
nice.
lead for Donnelly.
Again, you don't want any hesitation there. Slap, go, right to the takedown for 2. Nice move. Now if you're Hugart, you've got 5 seconds. If you can get one here, that'd be big. Got to kick out, kick out.
And a stall call on Donnelly.
Well, again, if you're Hugart there, you'll take a stall on him at the end of that second period for sure.
So we move to the third. Donnelly's going to go bottom.
Now again, if you're Hugart, you're down by 1 here. You're just going to see what you can get on top. If not, might want to cut him and then see what happens. But we'll see initially what happens. What he goes to off the whistle.
Little chop, bring him back down, but oh, Donnelly looking to go a little. Looked like he was going to go a little Peterson there, but Hugart able to follow.
So you had 11 seconds there with Hugart. Now, if you're the coaching staff, well, what are you saying here, Benny? Are you going to have him stay on top? When do you? Things got a little bit nervous there for the Peterson there underneath for Donnelly.
Yeah, the only takedown so far is going to Donnelly. So
that's right too.
I mean, Joe Arcangelo knows this guy better than we do. So does he go for the?
We'll see.
Oh, little game roll to a Peterson. Misses the Peterson, comes out with a single. Switches to the double. Great chain wrestling here from Donnelly, and he gets the takedown. And goes up 4-1 and a locked hands.
And now that kind of changes things a little bit, the locked hands, but that's exactly what you didn't want there, give up in the 2. But the locked hand's going to give some momentum back. Now to this William Penn side. So still a match here.
4-2, minute 32 left. We've crowned, 9 champions already. Have we had a repeat school yet?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, yeah. Bughart with a headlock. Gets the reversal. It's all tied up at 4 with 1:12 to go.
Big job there by Hopegard to get that reversal, but Donnelly able to kick out of those backs, otherwise he'd be trailing. So a good job to fight off those back points. We're all squared away, under a minute to go. Coming down to the wire, going to be a nice finish here.
Let's see, we had Spinato of Red Lion, 1-1-6, Milligan of First State Military, and then Lucian of Salesianum. Followed by Monday of DMA. Coach from Caesar Rodney.
Got that leg, we'll see.
Radicia Carabel. Elliott of Sussex Tech. Durham of Milford. Roy of, okay, so 2 guys from DMA. Other than that, it's been a pretty balanced finals.
Donnelly able to maybe seal this one up with 2 there. I don't know if the scoreboard
The scoreboard is not right. It should be 4-4.
Right now, 6-4, right after the takedown.
Should be 6-4.
I don't think they knew that anybody knew that. I mean, that was the almost match-deciding takedown, and nobody acted like they knew that was it.
Right.
That was a big moment in the match.
Now
Could be the winning.
Right with 16 to go.
And again, that could be the winning takedown, but you wouldn't have thought so here with everybody on that side. They were unaware. They just thought it was a pile-on. But that takedown that time by Donnelly puts him back in front.
In 14 seconds, we're going to have number 1 versus number 2 at 190.
Able to switch sides, almost power through. Good match by Donnelly.
And Tower Hill gets a champion here at the Delcastle Invitational.
That's a nice match by Donnelly there. Got the reversal, a big takedown early, then the sealer scoring all his points from neutral in the 6-4 win.
So here we go, number 1 versus number 2 in the state at 190 pounds. Jacques Wilson of Red Lion. He is 15-0. He's a sophomore. He's going up against Hayden Money, 23-5 senior, ranked number 1.
This one I think is going to be a fun one. Money, one of those guys that we've been watching for the
high
last
energy.
couple years.
High energy.
And he's really gotten better and better each and every year. We talk about that DMA program, and he's almost at the height of his performance right now. And Jack Wilson, I got to know him on the football side of things, talking to that football coach, Kenny Henderson, over there at Red Lion. This guy is an animal. He is an absolute animal. At running back, at linebacker, he was sideline to sideline, one of the best linebackers in this state. And now you put him on the wrestling mat and get him a little more evolved in that way, a little more technical. He's going to be scary. And this is going to be a fun one for sure.
So here we go, underway. Wilson in the black and red for Red Lion. Money in the navy and gold for Delaware Military.
And on mat 2, your 190-pound championship.
Both of these guys are strong as
A
ox
senior from DMA.
going at it here at this weight class.
An overall record of 92-27. The 2023 Milford Invitational champion, a 3-time state place winner, a 3-time all-conference, a black belt in karate, and a 2021 DMA Driver of the Year, Hayden Money.
Oh, Money deep on the shot, runs it out of bounds. No score with 1:23 to go.
He was in there. He almost had that one there for Money. Not a bad idea. Almost able to bring that in. Molson, though, with that strength, able to get those hips back just enough to recenter.
Another shot by Money, single leg.
That's nice.
Brings it up mid-level. Front foot, and that's the 3rd time I've seen that tonight, Nick, and it's the 3rd time it hasn't worked.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that at all, especially in that scenario. There are times when that's the right way to go. I just don't think early in a match here on the first takedown in a 0-0 match, maybe is the way to go. But again, we got a lot of flashy guys here nowadays, and they're very capable of hitting that move, so you can't blame them. But just a tough spot there, and Money able to take advantage.
2-0 or 4-0, so they did get 2 backs out of it.
Yeah, I think so.
With 45 to go in the first period.
And those are errors early in the match, if you're Wilson, and other guys that are tough to overcome. You don't want to put yourself in that 4-0 hole early.
Right. So here, Money 1 and 2. Money have a chance to show some separation between number 1 and number 2 tonight. Already up 4-0.
And again, he's someone that Money worked with Bill Valencia there over those last couple years, and you see him trying to pull that arm now out on top. Some of the stuff that I used to work with Coach Bill Valencia back in the day.
Out of bounds, 10 seconds to go in the first period.
But we expected a fun one. It's been that so far, and now a question coming here from the Red Lion side of things. Any
Coach
idea? on what
Almeida
that could
wants.
be?
I'm sure he's talking about the back points.
Yeah, good point. I think it was 2, right? What you
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah, I would say 2.
Almeida, the father of 5 state champs between 2 sons.
How about that?
The younger son, Isaiah, won a
impressive.
pair, and the late Almeida Jr. with 3 state titles here in Delaware.
I'd say Isaiah was fun to watch back in the day. He's a few years older than myself, and he was fun to watch.
4-0 lead, 3 seconds to go here in the first period.
So Moni here, 4-0 lead as we head to the second period.
So Moni's going to take bottom here with the 4-0 lead. So he gets the takedown, Nick. He gets a good ride, and there was a lot of action in that. Moni kind of crawls forward, gets to his seat. He's not moving like 190,
He's
is
not,
he?
I'll tell you, that was continuous, switch, etc.
Escape makes it 5-0.
You don't see that as right out of a 190-pounder potentially.
Wilson in on a sweep single. And unable to finish it off, so still 5-0 on our feet. A minute 33 to go here in the second period.
That was the closest Wilson has been. I think he almost had that takedown. I think he should have maybe stuck with it a little bit longer there. Or just a little bit of quicker reaction.
Well, he never really got 2 hands on the leg.
I think if he would have kept going, it would have been
I think
tough.
if he had kept working backside.
But Moni wrestling a good match here to start. Not giving up anything here to Wilson.
Minute to go here, second period. 5-0 lead for Hayden Moni in the navy blue. Wilson able to touch the leg. Oh, Moni throws front headlock.
Discussion here. Almost like a neck whip.
I thought he had it locked. I thought he had an arm. I guess we're just going to call it.
Did he have an arm?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, he had an arm, yeah. Got the towel.
Got the towel toss on the table there. Yeah. Yeah, interesting to see which way this goes.
Well, they're going to go potentially dangerous.
Yeah, now an explanation coming to Moni here. And 5-0 match. I want to give a point that way. I'm now going to ask for some clarification.
Yeah, I think he's still confused. .48 to go here, second period. Still a nice crowd here.
Yeah.
Last night, just not a seat to be found. Wilson tries to follow up the sweep single.
Yeah.
Now that could be potentially dangerous, yes.
Love the referees jumping into action there to try to break that one up. But yeah, that was another tough one there on the shoulder. That was a great reshot there by Wilson. That was the best he's looked at in neutral. That was an unbelievable defense there with that late wizard by Moni to able to not give up that too. Impressive.
Moni's stingy.
He is. I'll tell you.
We talked earlier at 132 about how Copes doesn't give up a lot of points.
Yeah.
Moni is a lot the same, just in a different style.
Yeah, same thing was we talked about Malcolm Roy, the bed not break. And now 2 more
Take
for
down Moni.
Yeah, he's kind of making this his match here. We talked about the separation.
End of the second period, 7-0. Moni's choice. I think Coach L.A. Kyer like him to make a statement here and come out here with a bonus point win.
Absolutely right, no doubt. Still a whole period left here for Wilson, who's got the strength, to make something happen, when you need 6. So we'll see. Moni, though, he's going to be aggressive because just exactly the wrestler he is, going to keep it going, momentum forward here.
I think it's kind of like the only thing he knows. This is me. This is who I am.
That's right. You don't want to go away from that.
Gets down on that single leg again. Brings it up mid-level. And just can't finish. And right back at it. Takedown, Hayden Money,
Overwhelming.
9-0.
Overwhelming right now. As Hayden Money just want to move to the next. He has the strength to go along with the technique now. You know, a few years here in this DMA program. And he looks like the real deal here.
Yes.
I don't know if it was last year or the year before last year where he really started to put things together towards the end of that season when you could really start to see, hey, you know, he's going to have an impact, you know, in the state tournament, other tournaments around the area as well. And he's really now come into his own here, and a phenomenal senior year for Hayden Money, and looking to cap it off with the Delcastle championship here so far.
Under a minute to go here at 190 pounds. Folks, our next broadcast will be the rivalry. A week from Friday. When Caesar Rodney heads up to Smyrna. The Riders and the Eagles. One of the biggest, probably the biggest rivalry in Delaware wrestling.
I'll tell you what, man, that match.
They have sold the gyms out.
Yeah, oh man, over the years, just in my time, you know, being around those two programs, that was the real deal of a match. You said it back in the day. You know, they used to go at it for state championships back.
2-1. Hayden Money with the 9-0 major decision is your champ at 190 pounds.
That was a dominating performance.
All
And
right.
you don't see that in a matchup of number 1 versus number 2, and just overwhelming in all aspects.
That's going to move us 2 more weights to go tonight. And that's going to move us to 215 pounds. We're going to see the winner, the champion from the Beast of the East, Frank the Tank Miller of Slasianum, 22-0. Get this. He's a Beast winner, but has never won a state title.
And again,
Because those upper weights have been so tough.
These last couple of years, I mean, you talked about Griffith, Max Agresti, you know, some of those other guys near the top end of those weight classes. And a guy, like you said, not coming off a state championship, but can win Beast of the East. I mean, that's quite the accomplishment.
And he's going to go up against number 3 ranked Brock Rhodes of Caravel Academy. He's 10-3. Both were state place winners last year. Miller ranked number 1 in the state, and Rhodes ranked number 3.
And we talk about off-season, right? If you're Miller, he must have had an unbelievable off-season. Coming into this year ready to go, and now wrestling the best he's ever wrestled. And Brock Rhodes, another talented football player for Caravel Buccaneers, state champs undefeated.
That's right.
For Caravel, he was a big part of that.
Linebacker.
As a linebacker.
Played a little fullback too, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
They're underway at 2:15. Miller looking to keep his undefeated streak alive. He's got a former opponent in Brock Rhodes.
And Miller, a big 215 too. Like, he's a strong guy. You know, big legs. Tough to beat some of those guys like that, especially when they're as technically as Miller is.
Invitational champ. 3rd place in states last year, 215 pounds.
215, one more weight class to go, and we're going to get at least a lot of times a heavyweight match can be boring, but I don't think it's going to be boring tonight with the 2 we got coming on.
That's going to be a fun one. We've had a few of them here so far.
With the top 6 place finishers from the 175-pound weight class, please report to the awards area behind mat 3. Once again, the top 6 place finishers from 175 pounds, please report to the awards area.
Miller just keeping the pressure constantly on Rhodes here. Just waiting for that little opening where he can take the 2. There it is.
Throw by takedown for Miller. He goes up 2-0.
Please clear the corner of mat 3.
Miller looking to get some back points here on the edge. And they go out of bounds. 29 seconds on the restart. Caravel Academy in the black and burgundy and white. And Frank Miller in the navy and gold of Notre Dame. Salesian.
Both of these guys pinning their way into the final, so not one has wrestled a full match yet to this point.
Rhodes came close. He's about a minute 30 away from in his 4:30 fin and 4:32. And there's that hammer lock with a claw. That's what Copes was trying to get to earlier. We saw Hayden Money trying to get the wrist out on the back as well.
That's right.
2-0 lead for Miller.
Love
He's
to
going to
see
take
it.
the bottom position.
You see Rhodes, breathing a little heavy, and Miller applies so much pressure on you. It takes so much strength to fight off everything he's trying to do. It can really wear you down, and we're seeing that here early.
Oh, nice shot by Miller. Pull down, takedown.
Run that pipe, get your 2.
2-0 lead or 4-0 lead for Miller.
I'm not sure where, I guess Rhodes got up.
No, they're switching it now.
I was going to say, they're throwing me off a little bit.
Yeah. Here comes that hammer lock with a claw.
Yeah.
And getting the swipes. That should be
Sally's trying
7-0.
to educate the scores table up there. They're throwing
Oh,
up
they
the
had
sevens
they
over
had
there.
the colors wrong.
That's right.
3 back. That should be 7-0 right now.
Almost there.
Climbing. It's like watching the temperature. Although today, watching the temperature, was going the other direction. We lucked
Yeah,
out. Didn't get any
I'll
snow.
tell you, yeah, I thought we might, but not cold enough, I guess. Here, I'll take it.
27 to go here. Second period, 6-0. I think it's 7-0.
I think so.
He's got 2 takedowns and a set of backs.
Now, once again, trying to sink in a bar here, or he's got the wrist. Short time.
So that's going to move us to the third period. 7-0 lead for Frank Miller. And I think they're going to get the score straightened out.
Let's see, Benny. Think you're on the money here.
Just like the rankings, baby.
That's right. 7-0.
Got to stay on top
Spot
of things.
on. You're absolutely right. You do.
7-0 lead, and Rhodes is going to take the top position. Tries to go near side cradle. Escape for Miller. 8-0. So we talked about Money trying to show some distance between him and the next guy. And here's Miller doing the same thing with number 3.
Yep. And if you're one of those guys that are, under the
Takedown.
rankings or going up against these guys, and you see these margins of victories and the way these guys are putting out guys right under them, that can be a little, demoralizing. They're sending a message to the rest of that
Right.
weight class.
This is mine.
Yep, exactly right.
Looking for a near side cradle. Looks like he has it locked up. And nope. Looking for the fall here. Minute 12 to go. And gets it. A pin for Frank Miller. He now moves to 23-0.
Undefeated streak all the way through Delcastle. How impressive is that for Frank Miller with a Beast title? I'll tell you, what a start to the season. You don't see that too often. Huh?
And we go to our last match of the night.
Here we go.
Nick, start thinking about an outstanding wrestler. There's plenty to choose from.
Rob Garrett making, I believe, his return to coaching. Not sure if he was anywhere last year. Seems to be now over there with DMA. was back at St. Mark's with me when I was there as well. Phenomenal coach for those upper weights.
DeNingers hands the green ankle band back and says, "You ain't gonna fit it around this ankle."
A heck of a football player in scale as well.
Yeah, we did the DMA Sussex Central game, and Cale DeNingers stands out. I mean, on the field. I mean, you know where he's at all times. The big body, the performance that he puts on, and it's never hard to find 77 on the football field.
Great leader as well. A great interview, a chance to talk to him after his state championship last year and ahead of the football season. You know, he stood out to me. I remember going over to DMA to look over their football, and during training camp back when he was a freshman, he stood out immediately as a ninth grader. Just, you know, a huge guy that, you know, had a lot of talent, looked very good early on the freshman year, has now gotten better on the football field, and especially here on the wrestling mats, had some great coaches. Again, we talk about these DMA guys and how they get better and better. Well, that's absolutely right, and he's a perfect example of it. Great performance as a freshman, state champion there last year as a sophomore. Now looking to just keep that going. Impressive.
It's number 1 versus number 3. Cale DeNingers, he's ranked number 1 in the state. He's the defending state champion for the Delaware Military Academy Seahawks. And he's up against Eli Joaquin from William Penn, 16-4. He's a junior. DeNingers, 19-4, also a junior. DeNingers was one match from hitting the podium at the Beast.
Still got some time. He'll have another shot at it.
Brian Seward. In 4th place from Christiana, Jordan Payne. In 3rd place from Caesar Rodney, Owen.
Yeah, looking through the 2 days then, looking through the brackets, a lot of close matches on the championship side. That these guys are going to get back in the room, get back at the drawing board, figure out how I'm going to move up past this guy.
That's it, right?
A ton of them in here this weekend. When I go back to look through the brackets, yeah, we're going to see a lot of room for improvement for a lot of guys in this tournament.
No, this
here
is
in early January.
We talk about, you know, the wrestlers themselves being made aware of, you know, what they might have to do, who they might have to go through. This is also a big day for these coaches here in and around the state, you know, seeing their guys go up against certain guys, picking up on things there. What are we going to work on when you have to wrestle this guy? You know, that's the name of the game, and here we go.
So we're underway in our final match of the night. Cale DeNingers in the navy blue and gold representing DMA, Delaware Military Academy. And Eli Joaquin in the cherry and black representing the Colonials of William Penn.
And both these schools already crowning at least one champion so far here today. For DMA, Moni, I believe, Mundy, and Roy all winning.
Right.
Was that the 3?
Yep.
Three?
And they've already locked up the team title with 252 points. Following second place by Slazana with 232. Caesar Rodney with 223. That's, you know, for a tournament, that's pretty close. You're keeping your 1 through 3 within 30 points. And then William Penn fourth with 164. Red Lion Christian Academy coming in 5th.
Again, Norris, the champion for William Penn in a battle that he was able to win earlier today.
With the 190 and 215 top 6 place finishers, please report to the awards area behind.
You see Joaquin with the green socks, almost looks like a green ankle.
You're right.
Top 6 place finishers, please report.
At the Christmas theme today. Again, typical start here through a minute and a half for the heavyweights, right? Feeling each other out, you know, collar ties, exchanging who's in control. Nobody really getting a shot off here through the first minute and a half. Short time now here in period 1.
12 seconds. And I think these two have wrestled at least once, if not twice this year. I know they wrestled the Milford Invitational. They may have met at the Beast. That's the end of the first period, no score. So we had some dominating performances. We've had some tight matches. I think we're going to probably end it here with another tight one. Second period underway. No score here at 285. And the escape to DeNingers. He goes up 1-0.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being in attendance with us today. As you make your way to the exits,
Here comes the pick up the trash announcement.
you might see.
That's right.
You know you're at the last match when the pick up the trash announcement comes. Front headlock here by Deningris, trying to get him to the mat. Minute 18 to go in the second period. He leads 1-0.
Got it tight.
Nice job. Pulls it by, steps to the side, takedown.
So state you're defending state champ.
Can I please
3-0
have
lead for Caleb Deningris. Again, I want to thank you folks for tuning in, watching the Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
For spending some of your Saturday with us. Again, everyone that wasn't able maybe to get over here due to the weather and everything else.
And the parking, because there's not much of it.
There is no, you can park across the street maybe.
Right.
I think even all the spots on the side of the curb are taken.
This morning, all the illegal spots were taken too, because they were making announcements they were going to tell.
And it's great to see, you know, I remember when they first started doing the
Skates
Delcastle
by
Invitational.
Joaquin.
And now, you know, one of the premier tournaments here in the state of Delaware. I love to see it. They do a great job hosting.
Hayden Money on top of the podium.
So we got a
Third period, 3-1. Toro Joaquin is going down.
still a good match here. You know, when we talk about some of these heavyweights, you know, it always comes down to who gets the last takedown all
Right.
the time.
Escape for Joaquin. It's a 3-2 match.
Could be a fun one to close out the Delcastle Invitational.
Approaching a minute. Minute 20 here to go. Joaquin is going to have to come up with some sort of offense here. 2 escapes is not going to be enough to win this match.
And Deningris, a tough guy to take down.
And
He's
get
got
through.
that
There's a
size
stall
advantage.
call on Deningris. 3-2 with less than a minute to go.
And 1 point match, a lot of time left. That stall call, that's a big one there.
Shot by Joaquin. What reflexes from the big guy?
I'll tell you, it's something else. And again, you can't hate that shot by Joaquin. You're
No.
down by a point. You do have the stall call there, but taking a chance, can't blame him for it. And Deningris, tough guy to score on. Again, not like a offensive tackle. Like a tight end, the way he's able to move there. Got those hips back,
Oh, the
and he's got
quickness
some
there.
speed. Yeah.
Folks, at the end of this match, we're going to do a quick wrap-up of what we saw tonight. And we're going to get a stalemate with 16 to go.
And the shot defense there towards the end could be the difference for Deningris. But now if you're Joaquin, you have 16 seconds to
You
get
got to
up.
look for an elbow roll or something.
Yeah, you're right.
Gets to his
That's
feet, gets the escape.
But again, you're down 2. The stall's not going to do you any good. You need a takedown. 7 seconds.
Oh, went for a little peek out there.
Almost had it.
Trying to be a 106-pounder. Identifies as a 106-pounder, right? So your champion, 5-3 victory for Caleb Deningris of DMA at 285. So let's wrap it up here, Nick.
Let's do it.
We started off with the little guys. And Dominic Spinato with the 9-4 decision over Ben Donato. But Ben Donato ain't going to go home with his head down. He knocked off number 1 in the state. this afternoon, but Spinato of Red Lion, he takes home the gold.
Yeah, he got out to that early lead right off the whistle, took control of that match, led about 4-0 early. Donato, as you mentioned, making his name already here across the airwaves with that big upset. So he's a guy to watch out for. At Spinato, though, a fantastic match, the 9-4 win.
We don't hear much from First State Military Academy, but we heard from Mason Milligan tonight with the pin over the #1 ranked Roman Kubler of Appoquinimink. Rankings are going to change there.
Kubler was ahead most of that match. He died a little bit later on. Milligan able to take advantage, get the pin. He had the juice late in that match after going down early. Again, able to come back. A huge win for First State Military Academy and Milligan.
He was a state champ as an 8th grader for Tower Hill. Now he's a Slasianum wrestler, and he wins with an 8-3 decision. Anthony Lucian of Slasianum over Ty Bellerin of Red Lion. Lucian walks out with the gold tonight.
Bellerin, a phenomenal wrestler, but Lucian with an 8-3 dominating performance, in control throughout the match. Just never seems like he's in any adversity. That's the kind of wrestler that you see out there. He was phenomenal.
Gavin Monday, you want to give me #4 seed? Fine, I'll take the gold home. The DMA junior with the 11-1 major over Santino Ciani, the 8th grader from Red Lion. Monday, the champ at 126.
And really never in doubt. Again, he pinned his way to the finals, an 11-1 decision there over, a major decision over Ciani. A phenomenal performance throughout the tournament, one of DMA's 4 champions.
And then the #1 ranked wrestler at 126, he bumps up to 132 tonight. Trevor Copes with the 14-1 major decision over Dylan Delcastle, a ranked wrestler at 132. The senior Copes just continues to be impressive. He is 22-2 on the season. His only losses at the Beast of the East.
And he looked good, right? Why not go up a weight class, see what you can do there, make quick work of it, able to get his way through the entire bracket, 14-1 to stand atop that podium. When he's in the right headspace and he is ready to go out on the mat, there are a few people that can beat Trevor Copes.
Only the second all-time 8th grader to be a state champ, but he's trying to be the first guy to get 5. Eddie Radke of Caravel just dominated, one of the dominating matches we saw with the pin over Gavin Sheehan of St. George. Eddie Radke at 138 looks like, hey man, come get me. I'm going for 5.
Yeah, unbelievable. Pin in a minute there into that finals match. I like to think it was go back to the 8th grade interview with me. I think that kind of propelled him to the stardom that he is today. He's been phenomenal. Definitely an argument alongside Trevor Copes and some of these other guys for outstanding wrestler.
And Dustin Elliott, he showed why he's #1 with the pin over Nick Hendricks. Elliott has cleaned up a lot from his 2 third-place finishes. He's looking for a state title this year, but he gets the Delcastle title.
He looked really good today. One of the guys I didn't know a lot coming in, but I liked what I saw from him. Made easy work throughout this tournament. Hendricks, a great wrestler in his own right, but again, Elliott, a pin in 2 minutes and 42 seconds. He was on top of his game throughout this entire weekend.
2 guys that busted up the bracket to get to the finals, and then we had a 6'4" barn burner with Hunter Durham of Milford over Craig Dixon of CR. They're going to see each other again Wednesday night.
That was a fun one. Got a little chippy in there as well. You love to see the energy from both of those guys. Dixon had an early lead. Durham coming back, a big Peterson late in that match, and then the winning takedown later in that 3rd period. Phenomenal match for Durham, and from both guys, he comes up with the 6'4" championship.
Malcolm Roy says, hey, if Monday can get a title, I can get one too. Malcolm Roy with a 7-2 decision over Shane Pierce, a battle of #3 and #4.
Yeah, one of the guys I've kept up with over the last couple of years, and he is wrestling, as I mentioned about a few other those DMA guys, the top of his game right now. Phenomenal 7-2 victory over Pierce. Was in control throughout that match. Again, never looked like that was in doubt. Few openings that you could criticize for Malcolm Roy today. He was great.
And Frank Norris remains undefeated, but he had to fight to get it. A 5-3 decision over Ryan McCormack of St. Elizabeth. And he's your Delcastle champ at 165.
That was another fun one. This one went back and forth. Norris led early. McCormick made a run late in that match. Unable, though, to come out on top. Norris holds on a 5-3 victory in an energy-filled 3rd period there.
Keelan Donnelly of Tower Hill gets them a champ with a 6-4. Another exciting bout over Jason Hugart of William Penn.
Yeah, that was another fun one. Donnelly with a few takedowns that were the difference in that match, especially that late one for the victory, 6-4 for the 6th-ranked wrestler there at 175.
190 was the match to watch. We thought #1, #2, this is going to be a barn burner. Hayden Money says, I'm the man at 190. And he proved it tonight with a 9-0 major decision over Jack Wilson, the #2 ranked wrestler in the state.
And that was one of the biggest, things for us coming in was this match at #1 versus #2. Didn't expect to see that separation. Moni really wrestling very well right now. DMA in those upper weights, they're clicking. A great performance overall from those Seahawks today. Again, coming in ranked #2, but they're those defending state champs until they get knocked off. They've been phenomenal.
The Beast champ, Frank Miller, he gets the pin over Brock Rose, the #3 ranked wrestler in that weight class. Frank Miller your champ at 215
Yeah,
for Slaziano.
what else can you say about that, right? Miller, a buzzsaw. No matter who's going to go up against him, he most likely going to come out on top. That seems to be the way he's been wrestling. That's his mindset throughout the year. Undefeated. He keeps that streak alive. Beast champ, and now Delcastle champ.
And in the last match of the night, the defending state champ, Cale Deningris, with the 5-2 decision over Eli Joaquin of William Penn. Deningris just showing why he is a state champion, why he may be one again this year.
Yeah, close score there, 5-3. I thought Deningris wrestled a little bit of a better match. I thought maybe the score not as close maybe, but again, Joaquin has been good. I mean, heavyweight, anything can happen. Cale's a defending state champion. He's a hell of a heavyweight, but in that weight class, crazy things can happen. You never know down the stretch. So keep an eye on that weight class. Deningris, though, firmly at the top of that 285 right now.
You may have a different one, but my outstanding
tough.
wrestler for tonight, I'm going with Hayden Boney. Just the dominant performance over
I'm
the
with
number
you.
2 guy
You know
in the
what? I
state.
agree 100%. Had a chance after the States. I think it was 2 years ago. I ran into his family at the Buffalo Wild Wings after day number 1. Phenomenal family for the Monies there, and he's one guy that's been great for DMA the last couple years, and he's wrestling his best right now at this moment in time. He's going to be phenomenal, and a guy that has a state championship in mind for sure.
Folks, that's a wrap for Nick Alessandrini. Nick Halliday somewhere around here. I saw him running the camera.
He's talking
Kristen
to
Mitchell
somebody.
on the other camera. That's a wrap from the Delcastle Invitational. Our next wrestling stream will be at The Rivalry. Caesar Rodney and Smyrna at Smyrna. I think that's a week from Friday. That'll be our next live stream. Thank you for joining tonight. Thank you to Delcastle, Jeff Hughes, for setting us up here tonight. And hey, we'll probably be together again, but don't worry, we'll be in Lewis. We'll be at the beach come March.
Can't wait.
I'll have the play-by-play. Nick will interview all our state champs. Folks, thanks again. Have a safe night and a safe sports-filled weekend. Good night from 302 Sports.
The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.